Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the greatest watch market update show in the world. You know that me and Sweet Kid Kino are always trying to bring you the truth and what's happening out there in the Muppet Boiler Room secondary great watch market. We try our best to always tell you everything that's happening out there. What these people won't dare to tell you, me and Sweet Kid Kino will always tell you the truth and what's happening out there. And the number one truth we're going to tell you is that nobody's buying watches, and you guys should know that. You know, there's a watch that you guys should, look very closely to, because this watch has dropped to a price that I thought it was never going to be in that price range. And we're talking about the Rolex, one of the Rolex watch models. We're talking about a white gold, blue dial, blue ceramic bezel, discontinued watch. This is a Smurf watch. You know, they call it a Smurf. It's all blue. White gold, blue dial, blue ceramic bezel. Unbelievable. And this watch was at one moment over $55,000, ladies and gentlemen. The retail price of this beautiful Rolex Submariner, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's $39,680. $39,689. I mean, $39,650, excuse me. And it's a Submariner. It's beautiful. They call it the Smurf. And ladies and gentlemen, this watch, I'm in total shock. This watch has gone down to a price of $30,500. $30,500. This is a beautiful Rolex Submariner 40 millimeter discontinued watch. And it's gone down all the way down to the bottom of the ocean. I mean, really. And this is an unbelievable looking time machine. Discontinued model. Like you like him, discontinue. You know, you guys are a bunch of weasels. You guys are a bunch of weasels. The watch market prices are dropping daily, ladies and gentlemen. No hay dinero, papi. No hay dinero por la calle. Another watch that you need to look into, because this watch is dropping by the day. By the day. It is the Rolex Rose Gold Oyster Flex Daytona with a chocolate dial. With a chocolate dial. Unbelievable looking time machine. Unbelievable looking time machine. The retail price of that watch is $31,500. $31,500, ladies and gentlemen, for a Rolex Daytona Oyster Flex with a chocolate dial. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. I mean, you guys do whatever you want. But I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for this Rolex Oyster Flex Daytona chocolate dial 40 millimeter. Don't pay for that watch. And it's discontinued, ladies and gentlemen. It's discontinued. Don't pay more than $30,000. And it's dropping, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay more than $30,000. Don't do it. The watch market is dead. Smart money is staying away from luxury goods. I'm going to keep on pounding you in the head until you get it. I'm telling you, the watch market is totally dead, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Kino's quiet in this corner, because Kino está jodido, Kino de la Chola. Está jodido. El tipo está jodido, papá. Muchas mami. It's unbelievable. He thinks he's a G. I'm telling you, you guys do whatever you want, but the watch market is dead. Watch market is dead. We're going to go into a Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe Pilot, travel time, chrono. Unbelievable looking time machine with a green dial. Unbelievable. The 5924 with a 42 millimeter. Unbelievable looking time machine. Unbelievable. With a retail price of $76,360. Unbelievable. The Patek Philippe Pilot Travel Time Chrono. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, this watch is a sharp looking watch, ladies and gentlemen. White gold with a green dial. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the khaki. They call it khaki, like a G.I. Joe, one of those army, remember little army, little figures we would play when we were young? Maybe you guys are too young for that, but the little army figures, unbelievable. This watch is dropping faster than Billy Boy's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. And ladies and gentlemen, this is practically a brand new watch that I have been offered. Unbelievable. The Travel Time Chrono 5924, 42 millimeter. Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that Patek. And I mean, don't pay for that Patek more than $53,000 and nothing. How much money you did. I mean, you do whatever you want. It's your money and you do whatever you want. Next watch is the Patek Philippe World Time Flyback Chrono 5935. Steel. Unbelievable. 41 millimeter. Retail price $64,930. Unbelievable. Salmon dial. The salmon dial, like the fish. Unbelievable, like a fish. The salmon dial. Unbelievable. With a strap. It's an unbelievable looking time machine. You do whatever you want with your money. If you want to continue maintaining these flim-flammers lifestyle, that's up to you. But me and Sweet Kid Kino are going to tell you the truth. Or you should pay for that watch. I'm telling you, you do whatever you want. Si ustedes quieren seguir de prostituta, eso es su problema. Si ustedes quieren seguir de prostituta, ese es su problema. If you don't understand what I say, you Google it. Because I'm not going to tell you. And neither is Sweet. Sweet Kid Kino not going to tell you either. Sweet Kid Kino will never tell you. Scout's honor. He will never tell you what I just finished telling you. No sigan de prostituta. And ladies and gentlemen, like I was telling you about that flyback Chrono 5935, 41 millimeter. Retail price $64,930. Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch. And you do whatever you want. That's a beautiful salmon dial. Beautiful. But don't pay more than $52,000 and nothing. Much money did. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, Scooby-Doo. You gotta stop being Shaggy Rogers. You don't know who Shaggy Rogers is? You don't know. Kino, se lo digo que es Shaggy Rogers. You know Scooby-Doo, his friend, Shaggy Rogers. You know Scooby-Doo and Shaggy Rogers was the guy, they hanged around with the dog. You gotta stop being Shaggy Rogers, ladies and gentlemen. Stop it. I know what I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, here's another Patek Philippe Rose Gold 5990 beautiful blue jean dial. We're talking about used slider condition material watches in this channel. Use. You do whatever you want, but this is use. Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990 rose gold blue jean dial. Retail price of this watch is an unbelievable $122,670. Remember, we're talking about used slider condition material watches in this channel. Unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to tell you don't pay for that Patek. Beautiful looking time machine. Beautiful looking time machine. Don't pay more than $205,000 and nothing. Much money you did. You heard that right. Don't pay for the Patek 5990 rose gold blue jean dial more than $205,000. If you pay more than that, you're a lollipop sucker and a window licker. You do whatever you want. The antique show today in Miami Beach was dead. Dead. They were pulling people out of the show dead. Get them out. Dead. Unbelievable, but true, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. The next watch is a Rolex Daytona Platinum. Unbelievable. With baguette dial. With a baguette dial. Unbelievable looking Rolex Daytona. Chocolate bezel. Pamper blue dial. Unbelievable. Everything. 116506 40 millimeter. Unbelievable. Retail price like $87,000. Discontinue watch. Like you like him, papi, para que te rompan el orto. Para que te rompan el orto. Discontinue. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. Pay attention. Rolex Platinum Daytona. Baguette dial. Reference number 116506. 40 millimeter. $87,000 retail. Ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want, but this watch at one moment was over $225,000. $225,000. And we're going to tell you, don't pay for that beautiful Rolex Daytona Platinum. Don't pay more than $83,000 in nothing. Unbelievable. Our next watch is a Rolex stainless steel Panda. Kino, que se joda, que se cague. Unbelievable. A Panda. Unbelievable. Ceramic black bezel. Unbelievable. Reference number, this watch is the 116500. 40 millimeter. At one moment in that Corona era, this watch reached a price. Ladies and gentlemen, it's unbelievable. This watch right here. $55,000. $55,000. Right here, look at it, right here, $55,000. Unbelievable. I didn't sell it, I liked it so much, I stayed with it, I missed out. The bus went by and I didn't get on it because I was a dodo bird. The retail price of this watch, it's an unbelievable looking time machine, is $14,800. Discontinue watch as well. The way you like them, discontinue. $55,000, ladies and gentlemen. And then the new models came in and, these were discontinued. They tell you always when they discontinue the watch, it's just going to go up, 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 up. In this case, it just went down, 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 down. Unbelievable. And I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that Rolex Daytona Panda. White dial, black ceramic bezel. I mean, you do whatever you want. If you want to continue being in denial, that's fine. Keep on living in denial. Keep on living in denial. I know what I'm telling you. Don't pay for that Rolex Daytona Panda. I mean, you do whatever you want. But don't pay more than $22,500. You're dead. Do whatever you want. The watch market is dead on a backyard pool and floating face down. You do whatever you want. The watch market is dead. Do whatever you want. Our next watch is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. 41 millimeter. White gold. Reference number 15412 BC. Double balance wheel. Open work. Unbelievable looking watch. Diamond bezel. This watch was only offered to colossals, mammoths, not a whale, because I heard they call me a whale and they call Sweet Kikino whale as well. Y nosotros somos unos huevones lo que somos unos gilipollas. You don't know what I say, you Google it. I'm not going to tell you. Somos unos gilipollas. This is an unbelievable Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. 41 millimeter, white gold, 15412 BC, double balance wheel, open work, diamond bezel. This watch is priced on request when they had it there, you know, on request. Unbelievable, this watch. Unbelievable. Probably like $125,000, you know, the retail price for this watch. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this watch at one moment was over $375,000. You heard that right, $375,000. And me and Sweet Kid Keen are going to tell you, don't pay for that watch. And I mean this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that watch more than $228,000. And nothing. This is an unbelievable time machine. This is serious stuff right here. This is not no Mickey Mouse stuff. This is an unbelievable looking time machine. You do whatever you want with your money. It's your money. You do whatever you want. Our next watch is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar Ultra Thin. Reference number 26586IP. 41 millimeter. Unbelievable. Titanium. Price on request. You have to be a colossal, a mammoth to get this watch. Unbelievable. Unbelievable looking time machine. Beautiful watch. Beautiful. Again, it's a titanium watch. It's beautiful. 41 millimeter. This watch at one moment, it was up there in the $300,000. And again, I'm telling you, you do whatever you want with your money, but don't pay for that AP. Don't pay for it more than $169,000 and how much money did. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about a watch that I remember when I came out this watch like in 2010, 11, 12. It was an unbelievable watch. I don't know if many of you out there are aware of the word, concept, the concept. Es como el concierto, ¿verdad? Como el concierto. Concept. This is an AP Royal Oak Concept Tourbillon. Reference number 26560 IO. Unbelievable. GMT 44 millimeter titanium with ceramic. Unbelievable blue rubber strap. Unbelievable looking time machine. Unbelievable. This watch at one moment was all the way up. Like the song, all the way up to $290,000. And there was a real big long line of lollipop suckers, window lickers, tomato cans, Palmolive dish lickers, and crayon eaters ready to give away all their children's tuition money for this concept tourbillon GMT watch. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This watch came out. People went nuts for this watch. They went nuts. They thought they were Formula One drivers. They went crazy. And they wanted this watch. The watch is dead. Dead. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful blue strap, Beautiful. I'm not even going to tell you the price because I'm just going to tell you, don't pay for that watch more than $99,000 and dropping. $99,000 and dropping. You're dead. You do whatever you want. He's dead. He's dead. Our next watch is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore, the Grand Prix. Rose gold. Pink gold, whatever you want to call it. Reference number 26290RO. This was released in 2010. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, in 2010, people were going crazy for this watch. They thought they were Michael Schumacher. Well, that's his name, como Schumacher. Schumacher. They thought they were Schumacher. Unbelievable, that F1 driver. They're going crazy for this watch. Unbelievable. 44 millimeter. Carbon, ceramic bezel. Had all those finishes from Formula One cars. And ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that beautiful AP Royal Oak Offshore Grand Prix. Reference number 26290RO, 44 millimeter. Rose gold. Unbelievable. Don't pay more than $32,000 in. Damn! Oh, you might be dead. Dead. Don't pay more than that. I'm talking about full set. Full set. Even with the helmet and everything. You know, the helmet. You said it, Ed, and dropping. Ed said it and dropping. Watch Mikey dead. Watch Mikey dead, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about a Vacheron Constantin overseas. I like the Vacheron Constantin overseas. Stainless steel, 5500 V blue dial, a 42.5 millimeter casing, chronograph watch. This watch at one moment in the window liquor era was overselling, and then Muppet Boiler Room secondary gray watch market was selling for over $80,000. Unbelievable. The retail price of that watch is $35,600. This has a beautiful, I think this watch is becoming a bargain. In my show, in my podcast, I never say something that is becoming, a bargain. But in this case, it's beginning to look like a bargain. Not a bargain, it's beginning to look. When you hear the price, you're going to go, wow, maybe it is a bargain. Vacheron Constantin overseas stainless steel 5500 V blue dial, 42.5 millimeter casing, retail price $35,600. Over $80,000 in the Corona era. Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay more. How much? Yeah, it has the best blue looking dial, ladies and gentlemen. But does anybody know what price I'm going to tell you not to pay for that? Compadre, ese tipo, you're so close, Ty. You're so close. You're so close, but here it goes. Don't pay more than $22,000. You do whatever you want with your money. Watch market dead. You don't understand. You don't, gentlemen, and I mean gentlemen, you don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand where Sweet Kick Kino gets all his information. You don't understand. Ladies and gentlemen, there's another Vacheron Constantin overseas. I told you last week about the blue dial, and I gave you the price. I'm going to talk to you one today that's unbelievable. It is the Vacheron Constantin overseas pink gold, rose gold, ultra thin perpetual calendar with a 41.5 millimeter casing. Unbelievable. This watch at one moment was up there in the $200 range. $200,000 range. Has a retail price of $111,000. $111,000 plus your Uncle Sam's taxes. We're talking about a watch that's practically, oye, aquí no se lo está casi nuevo, macho. Está casi nuevo, papi. No joda. This watch is almost brand new, ladies and gentlemen. It has a white dial with the gauges, the numbers, and the little markers like a little baby blue. It's an unbelievable looking watch. I already gave you the retail price, $111,000. It's the same one as the one with the blue dial, but this one has the white dial with the little markers in blue and the numbers in blue. Very soft, Bien chulo, papi. Bien bonito, papá. Como a usted le gustan. Unbelievable, this watch. Wow, unbelievable. So this watch has a retail price of $111,000. The 4300V/120R/B064. Come on, guys. Tell me the price that I'm going to tell you. Go ahead. Let's guess. Let's play the guessing game here. 96. Wow. $96,000. Oof. Okay. I see that nobody knows. Don't pay for the Vacheron Constantin overseas rose gold overseas ultra thin perpetual calendar pink dial. At one moment it was over $250. Retail price $111. Don't pay more, ladies and gentlemen. I look at you. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. Don't pay more than $67,000 in tapping. Tapping. Le doy un poquito más, Kino. Le doy un poquito más. Tapping. Tap, tap. Está jodido, papá. Dead. You do whatever you want. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you, you cannot continue maintaining these people's lifestyle. I'm not going to tell you no more. There it is. I've had a happy week. I got some beautiful news to share with all of you. I became a triple crown. I became a triple crown grandfather to 3 boys. My 3rd grandchild was born yesterday. You know, my last name, Nieves, is going to continue for many, many years. 3 little boys. That's right. So I'm a very, very happy man, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little tired, you know. I'm a little bit exhausted, you know. But everything is beautiful. I even got to give you a watch market update. I hope you guys are appreciative of what I've done, you know. I'm trying to continue helping you throughout the month of January. After that, things will just slow down. But the whole month of January, I will give you information. Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you so much, Ed. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, Ed Ty. Thank you so much. But this is it, ladies and gentlemen. After January, you know, I do a video here, a video there. I already told Sweet Kid Kino. Es todo lo que hay, papá, okay? Anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoy the watch market update. You learned something about what these flim flams are doing now, offering, ¿qué es lo que son allá? Escort woman, you know, to get your money, you know, from your pockets. You know, these people are horrible. These people are, you know, cretins. People are cretins. You know, these people are, son una gonorrea. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. And like me and Sweet Kid Kino say every week, take care and brush your hair.